This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Y'all, right before we said, I said, are you rolling? Grace and I were comparing lunches, and we both just ate pretzels.
We both just had pretzel
Different
sticks
versions.
and carbonated beverages. And so if you hear some sort of weird grumbling, it's not beans. It is what's happening in my stomach right now.
It's not Beans, even though she's directly to my left right now, guarding the podcast area.
Yeah, she's our overlord.
I had those peanut butter filled pretzels.
I love them so much.
Okay, I should have brought them back here. Here's the deal.
What?
Is Chip and I went to a bonfire last Thursday, which was so much fun.
Sounds
Did
great.
you know? I didn't realize there are beaches in LA where the fire pit is like cement and built in, and it's just
For
like
the purpose of having a
first
bonfire.
come first serve, and it's like it's like spread out like 20 different bonfires.
Yeah, we don't live near the
What
beach.
do we do? Why? It's so funny because
It's like the biggest amenity of living in Los Angeles is
the
that
beach.
you're coastal, but couldn't tell you a thing about what the beach has to offer.
1,000%. When we went to that beach, like that's where most of the people that Chip works with live, in this one neighborhood on the beach. When we were there for 4th of July and like drinking and playing games on the beach and like doing the whole thing, music, like everyone's out throwing parties and stuff. A couple of Chip's friends from Atlanta were here.
Yeah.
And it was funny because they were just like, so this is just like every weekend in LA. And me and Chip were like, yeah, man, totally is. We were like, we haven't been to the beach in fucking 2 years. We were like, that's what's up. And then when we were at the bonfire, and again, just majestic. We got there at sunset. Like there's someone making like sausages, but like caramelizing onions. And there's someone else who brought, someone who brought like their dip. And like I made margaritas, like all that jazz.
Very communal.
Very communal. Chip was like, this feels very OC.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is literally the TV version of what people think. Like, are people now just gonna have some montage of playful volleyball game?
Yeah, Chip was such a big OC fan. I was like, all we're doing, we're just missing Rachel Bilson.
I just recently saw some photo of like the OC original like cast photo. My God, are they so young?
Children.
Misha looks like a 12-year-old, and I remember being like, that's what adulthood looks like.
That's what teenagers look like. And then Adam Brody was just so cute. I could see him as someone you had a major crush on.
I've said this before. That was my like celebrity crush.
Okay.
Because I found that he was in that MTV show Undressed.
Did he get undressed?
I don't remember, but I remember thinking he was so cute. This is before he got OC. And I just
you're an OG.
I didn't even realize because that show was so scandalous to watch.
Oh
and
my
I had
God.
like a 13-inch black and white TV in my room.
I used to have one that I swear it was like, guys, we both have black and white TVs.
Yeah.
That was so little. I think it was like a camping TV. Like you could maybe crank it.
It was meant to be put in like a van that goes on the road. But
Like
we got them from cheap at Sam's Club, and I was like, "Oh, we're rich. Here we go. I get to watch TV in my room." And I remember watching Undressed and feeling like, this is pornography that I'm watching in my room after hours.
So the first time you laid eyes on Adam Brody, it was in black and white.
I was like, "This kid is so cute." And then, cut 2 years later, the OC happens, and I think it was at some point. Internet happened, and then I like made the connection that this was the same person. Yeah. So I was like, this person's so familiar, but I have no way of trusting my own memory.
This was the first person to make me horny.
Yeah.
Off a visual medium like television.
Yeah.
And now here he is in the OC.
Playing the nerdy good guy. I mean, come on.
Come on.
My type hasn't changed.
No, not at all. Not at all. But so we were OCing. But anyway, long story short.
Yeah.
I got wrecked.
Yeah.
I got loaded because I was like, drinking margaritas in a Yeti where like the ice doesn't go away and just like not really. When you don't have to refill your ice, you don't clock as hard how many drinks you've had.
No, because you're like ice melts. So that denotes time has been spent.
Yes. Also, getting ice for a drink is the worst part.
Yeah. True.
So, and especially in a cooler, got that cold hand. It's the worst. But anyway, before we went, Chip popped up to, I almost said Sam's Club, Costco, and got a big ass thing of like a snack mix, with like various.
Oh, yeah.
and then a tub of those peanut butter filled pretzels.
I love that they're by themselves. They don't even mix with the other snacks.
No, but you know what? They would be good in like a mix with a bunch of snacks.
Right, but it'd just be me picking them out of that mix of snacks.
Well, yes, I was only picking out the knockoff brand Fritos because because the Doritos were a little bland. I was getting the Fritos out there. But I have just been going into that thing and doing like two full Hulk handfuls.
Yeah.
Like that is a snack.
Yeah. I mean, technically
it is, but
peanut butter's not the worst.
But then you look at the thing and it's like serving size 4 pretzels.
Well, just don't look at the thing.
That, honestly, Grace, if you were a guru, I think that is your advice.
Life advice.
Don't
I think
look at the thing.
I can't believe they haven't like caught on to where there's like a main brand and knockoff brands of these peanut butter pretzels.
Well, does Snyder's make a real one?
Not
because
that I've seen.
You know what's fucking good. Is the Snyder
Go on, go off, go up, down, sideways. Where are you going with this?
First of all, I just thought about how Dan Chamberlain, our friend, who we love on Twitter, when the whatchamacallit came out, the Snyder cut of what was that?
Batman?
Is that what it was?
Oh, no, Justice League.
Justice League. Dan was like, the only Snyder cut I want is on the roof of my mouth from a delicious pretzel.
Yeah, that is gold. So niche.
Golden pretzel.
So stupid.
No, but they have a thing, which I love, which I feel like I get sucked into specifically at airports, is they have the honey mustard or the buffalo, but they're just broken up chunks. That's like what they sweep up off the floor, and they say throw some honey mustard powder on that, and we'll sell them to the flight.
They powder it like it's a funnel cake. It is full.
Covered.
I get it every single time.
Me too.
And
it's so
I know
good.
garlic powder hurts my digestive
Does
system.
it?
Oh, yeah. And I know I am really putting myself in a vulnerable situation, but
I can't stop.
They're so good.
They are like tasty, salty little rocks.
Yeah.
I love them.
I'm all into them.
I think they should experiment with coating the outside of the peanut butter filled pretzel. Like what? Like a
salty
sweet, but not just salt.
Oh my
like,
God.
you know, what else could they put on there?
Wow. I mean, I'm mid-period, so everything
this
sounds
is like
fantastic to me. And all of this sounds incredible.
She hasn't been this excited since she was watching Undressed
on
her Apple Watch size screen. Black. I can't believe it. My black and white TV had a little corner. And I mean, I'm talking like I'm in first or second grade, because I remember doing this when I still lived in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And me and my sister shared a room.
Yeah.
And we would stay up to watch. She would watch 90210. Of course I would too. And Married with Children, because Married with Children seemed really scandalous.
My older brother would
rated R.
My older brother would watch it. I'd watch him watching it. I didn't understand what they were talking about, but I'd like laugh when he laughed at things.
Yeah, I didn't know Peg was sex hungry. I didn't know like why having a hand halfway in your pants was weird. Like
leopard print, I didn't understand why it was so featured.
everywhere. I think watching it at that young an age is what shaped my current aesthetic.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I've seen you tease your hair and wear a leopard print.
I am Peg Bundy meets a clown, basically.
100%.
Oh, speaking of clowns, welcome to our podcast.
Welcome to our podcast. So we're trying to forget what's happening in the real world, except for certain things.
Yeah, right? Stay out of our uteruses. But anyway, I saw something this week that really made me roll my eyes so hard I almost rolled off the road.
Okay.
So I know that a church likes to get sassy on their bulletin board thing.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And
the most creative platform for them.
They sometimes you got the church that's just a proverb. And then you got the ones that take a little liberty with a saying or a little, tweet the way you want to be tweeted, like that kind of thing. And then we have the one that's across the street from me that, oh God, I wish those damn kids would come back. There were kids who were stealing and rearranging the letters.
That's great.
And like one time I walked by and it just said White Claw.
Oh,
that's just what the church said. But I was going over the bridge from Silver Lake to my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I saw that they had on there like a quote, and it was from Jesus. And so I was like, all right, we're quoting Jesus.
Well, we're attributing the quote, yeah.
This was a couple weeks ago. And it said, Dylan, don't freak out about your taxes. Jesus.
What?
Is it not, because it was tax day, is it not sacrilegious to put words into Jesus's mouth?
Who's Dylan?
I think it's a totally just made up thing where they were like, hey guys, don't forget about your taxes, said Jesus.
But it'd be funnier if it was like a
guy who lived across the street.
Like a disciple. That it was
Dylan
like
the disciple.
like if this is a quote from Jesus that's like, hey, Pontius Pilate, Judas, don't freak out about your taxes. That would be great.
I think Dylan is a 20th century word name at the least.
I just looked up Dylan don't freak out about your taxes.
A song lyric?
And it's Bob Dylan, Ballad of a Thin Man.
Why did they quote Jesus?
But I don't know that this is...
why did they quote
about... I don't see this exact quote here, but...
Is that a lyric?
No, it's not. So I don't know why this is the first thing that came up here. Maybe it's a parody of a lyric here. I'm not sure. This would take me too long to read through.
Who knows? But like, what do you... Yeah,
so
Dylan does have a song that mentions taxes, but it's not that quote. So I'm saying...
So the church...
made up a funny joke, put it into the words of their Savior's mouth.
Doesn't the church evade taxes?
First of all, the church doesn't have to pay taxes.
So the irony is wild here.
Do you think the pastor was freaking out about his personal taxes and Jesus came down and was like, Dylan, don't do it?
Or one of the altar boys was like, Dylan, don't forget to pay your taxes. You're so busy writing sermons.
Weird. I was just like, so we can just like toss up some modern hee-hees into Jesus's mouth?
I guess so.
You guys, I'm saying this as an atheist. I'm not like really offended by it. But I just thought it was so funny. Like, what's next? Turn down for prayer. Jesus. Like,
honestly, that probably is fun. Turn up for prayer.
Like what's a popular saying these days?
God, you're asking us that?
Like it'd be like, you're giving me nothing, Judas. Love Jesus.
Like Jesus didn't understand the assignment.
or Jesus. Or I understood the assignment. Jesus.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not okay. If I was going to that church, and people above the age of 50 are like, what's going on here?
I guess. Or they're like, thank you
for a little humor,
Jesus, for reminding me about my taxes.
So anyway, I was like, what in the what?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
I know.
So spiritual. Okay, you guys have heard me talk about how much I love Native. They have such a thought put into the formulation behind all of their products, and it's something that I really love because they understand that it's not just about what's on the inside that counts, but also the outside. And I'm a deodorant queen, and Native is releasing their deodorant that I know and love in new and improved plastic-free packaging. Native is doing their part to help our Earth with their new 100% plastic-free and recyclable packaging. When you buy Native's new plastic-free recyclable packaged deodorant, you're saving 37 grams of plastic. Native is also a proud partner of the 1% for the Planet and are committing 1% of their plastic-free deodorant sales to environmental nonprofits. Just like all of Native's other deodorants, their plastic-free deodorant is aluminum and paraben-free, kills odor-causing bacteria, and has 24-hour odor protection to keep you feeling and smelling fresh. With Native, choose from 10 scents, including their classic coconut and vanilla, sensitive formulas that are formulated without baking soda, and even unscented. I will say I'm big into the coconut and vanilla. I mean, I'm just big into deodorant in general. Ready to try plastic-free deodorant? Go to nativedeo.com/TMGW20 or use promo code TMGW20 at checkout and get 20% off your first order. That's nativedeo.com/TMGW20 or use promo code TMGW20 at checkout for 20% off your first order.
I have been off my shaving game for the winter, but with the warmer weather and summer around the corner and the shorts getting shorter, I can't wait to get back into my regular routine. That first shave after letting your hair grow for a while because your boyfriend may or may not have been out of town is so satisfying. Seriously, I will avoid shaving till the cows come home or till Chip comes home. But once I get all smooth, oh, baby, I'm obsessed. So I need a razor that makes shaving uncomplicated and is gentle on my skin, leaving it moisturized, super smooth, and bump-free. And that is the Athena Club razor. Hands down the best razor I've ever used. Athena Club razor has thousands of 5-star reviews and is designed with built-in skin guards and an innovative handle to help prevent razor burn while being gentle on all those curves, okay? It is not a flat surface down there. Plus, the razor blade is surrounded by water-activated serum with shea butter and hyaluronic acid, which is the holy grail of skincare. The best part is the razor kit is only $9 and comes with your choice of handle color, an extra blade head, and a magnetic hook for an easy shower storage. You guys, that is so much cheaper than going to your drugstore up the street. Athena Club has the dreamiest shave foam that's back in stock, y'all. It was out. Athena Club razor and shave foam will leave your skin hydrated, smooth, ready to put on that mini skirt and go down the road and not be like, oh crap, there's hair all over my knee in the sunshine. Truly, this razor makes shaving feel less like a chore and more like me time. So, show your skin you care with Athena Club Razor Kit. Sign up today and you'll get 20% off your first order. Just go to athenaclub.com and use promo code WEIRD. That's ATHENACLUB.com with promo code WEIRD for 20% off. Y'all get in this club.
What do I have on my list today?
A kiss.
Let's see.
Just kidding. That's Hall & Oates song.
Speaking of like weird quotes in weird places.
Yeah.
This is
that old
from
Garth Brooks tune. I got weird quotes in a weird place. Sorry.
Harry Styles is promoting a new album.
Yes, Harry's House.
And he did an interview with Better Homes and Gardens.
I saw. He looks amazing on the cover.
I know. And he talked about like his sex life in Better Homes and Gardens.
What did he say about sex? He is eating pussy in the new trailer for
what?
Don't Worry, Darling. Like putting Florence on the counter and like going down on her.
Well, it's nice that I have a bigger than a 13-inch TV now as an adult. So
now we'd be trying to like pinch and like get closer in.
Like,
how do I
expand this one moment?
Me watching now and then, trying to pause it on Devin Sawa's penis. Where do we?
No, he basically, it's not, I mean, it's kind of clickbaity that he just talks about how he's allowed to be more open with his sexuality and that there was like a cleanliness clause in their like One Direction contract. Like they all had to have like a clean reputation. Yeah. So they all had to portray themselves in a certain way, and that being able to be an artist, like independent now, he's able to like, you know, talk about whatever he wants. But he did say this phrase about how making an album is like the most navel gazing activity, meaning like it is so narcissistic and ego driven. I've never heard that phrase, navel gazing.
I've heard it because someone that we know, Kimmy Gatewood, she made a short film called Navel Gazers.
Oh,
that's all about everyone is looking at their phone so much that eventually all of our necks turn, and so like
interesting,
like that, like now we just look down.
Wow. But I did see ASAP Science just posted something about how our phones are killing our spines, like the way our posture in which we hold ourselves all day unconsciously is doing actual damage.
We gotta sit up better. We gotta sit up better.
I know.
But navel gazing. He would use a phrase like it feels very like old school.
But I loved it because it was just the awareness that being the musician, you're like, it's a narcissistic job.
Yeah, if you can call out the fact that your career is
in Better Homes and Gardens. I love
BHNG has never gotten a better.
I got the exclusive.
What if he set a trend of celebrities giving exclusives to like Kitten Monthly,
like Highlights magazine?
Oh my God, I wish.
That would drive the children wild.
Wowie zowie. Yeah, no, he's in that new movie.
Okay.
And he's going downtown.
With
Florence Pugh.
Oh, I thought, but he's dating.
No, he's with Olivia Wilde is in the movie.
Who she just got. Did you see the thing about her getting
she kind of served
papers?
You guys
in the middle of a.
But Jason Sudeikis is like, I didn't ask them to do that.
Why would they? I'm so confused on the whole thing. Anyway.
I know. No, Olivia Wilde is in the movie.
Okay.
But not as like his love interest.
Mm-hmm.
But she directed it.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So that was the whole vibe.
Got it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We know when I was like, I saw Dylan Don't Do Your Taxes and I almost ran off the road.
Yeah.
I was in Palm Springs last week. right? And I was with my friend Kiwi, who's lovely and just an absolute hoot.
Love her.
But so I'm at dinner with her and her boyfriend of a million years, and we're talking and saying something about like, oh, I made a video for the first time in forever, and I talked about the ending. And I think I told you about it. So at the end of my last video, I do like a murder mystery thing because I did it for Tim Curry, and he does Clue, and Clue actually had multiple endings depending on what theater you saw it in.
Yeah.
So at the end of this video, I'm like, now decide how Mamrie got her panties in a wad. Is it her with a Blu-ray of Wild Things and a magic wand, or was it her with a Burt Reynolds Playgirl and a candlestick? You decide. And no matter which one you chose, I had uploaded a video and of being Rickrolled.
Yeah. Oh, great.
So I made I had to upload the Rickroll of it and then make the thumbnail, the one I created, whatever. So fun. So I'm explaining it to them, and Kurt, her boyfriend, thinks it's so funny. He's like, that's great. That's great. And Kiwi's just like, what's Rickrolled?
Wow.
She was like, what is Rickrolled? And I was like, oh, and we're both like, oh, it was this internet phenomenon. It was like an internet prank. I think late 2000s that you would say you have something to tell someone or whatever it is, would link them to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. She goes, oh, I Rickrolled once. I go, really? She goes, yeah, I rolled my car while listening to that song. She says, I ran off the road while that song was playing and I flipped my car. I said,
because of the song?
I don't know, but she was like, it's a very distinct memory. And I was like, you got literally Rickrolled?
You literally
Rickrolled
yourself?
Couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Made me laugh so hard. She thought nothing, not knowing the phenomenon. She was just like, so anyway. And I was like, what? That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It's also crazy that Rickrolling was such a huge, it was one of the first major sweeping meme pranks that ever happened. Everyone thought they were so clever and stupid for it.
So, but I loved it. I wanted to bring it back.
That stupidity of the internet.
Me too.
We really was an
internet
era.
Pranks.
No, we don't actually.
But light ones that don't hurt anyone,
harmless,
Rick Astley ones.
Yeah.
That's
and
what
that
I'm
also
saying.
bring light to musicians and artists that might be out of the limelight currently.
Do you think Harry Styles' new album is going to be a house music album? Because Beyonce is doing house music.
Really?
Her next album is going to be house music. Chip told me because he loves house.
Oh, okay. What does that mean exactly?
It's just a type of electronic music.
Okay.
It's very dancey.
Okay, rave party kind of situation.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like he's experimenting. It's called Harry's House, so who knows? That's why I love that he did Better Homes and Gardens. It's so stupid. You get the connection now. Yeah.
I'm sure he's already done Arc Digest, but I want to do
That's a fun way. That's playful marketing.
Yeah.
And I love that. Okay. What else is going on?
I got stuff.
Go ahead.
Well, first
I'm looking through my news stories.
Here's a would you rather.
Okay.
Chip asked me this a couple nights ago.
Okay.
Would you rather your partner over the course of the next, let's say 5 years, slowly, physically, not mentally, but slowly, physically turn into a walrus or a fairy?
Wait, okay. One of those I have an actual, I know what one of those looks like.
Would you rather?
The other one seems up for a creative interpretation.
Well, a tiny little, flying fairy. I'm talking Tinkerbell.
Okay, so over the course of 5 years...
Yeah, I added the 5 years thing. Chip just said turn into a walrus or a fairy.
Do walruses have to be in water?
I think some part of the time.
Point.
You probably have to get a pool. But let's say no. Let's say there's no restraints. Let's say
environment
it could
wise.
still you'd get a ramp up to bed or something.
Wow.
Isn't that so weird?
Brain busting. This is very tough.
I said walrus.
I think I'd be walrus too, because just the idea of making really stupid jokes about Survivor on the couch to a tiny little fairy versus a big ass walrus would make me feel weird. I was walrus because, first of all, great facial hair. Fantastic. So that wouldn't change. But also, there's something about if it was gradually happening,
a partner just like gaining weight. Like I don't know, like it'd still be like
their fingers turn into fins.
Yeah, like the whole deal. So
I mean, it'd be tragic.
And I don't know if like he would just eat whole fish.
Right. Like there would be some odors happening in the house regardless.
I thought
toilet situation would be a problem. The fairy would not have any issue.
No, I'd be like, go fly over there and poop on somebody's car.
Yeah.
But the fairy of it all, I was like, no, I couldn't have my partner be like a tiny little 6-inch.
They'd get lost.
They'd get lost.
Or they'd spy on me all the time and I wouldn't know it.
Well,
That's my paranoia.
Chip chose fairy.
Why?
For me. He
for you specifically.
No, I just mean like not he would want to be fairy versus walrus. He would rather me turn into a fairy. Mm-hmm. And then he said he would build a little saddle for Beans that I could ride on.
See, that's cute.
And then I could use his dick as a stripper pole. He said it without hesitation.
Yeah, the reason he's asking these questions is because he knows his detailed answer of it already. He has thought it through and knows exactly how he's going to...
I legit see his mind work. He says it immediately.
Wow.
Yeah. So I want you to ask Elliot.
He couldn't have sex with you, though.
I know. It would kill me. He could have sex with me if I was a walrus. I love
but
it.
Having sex with a walrus would already be weird. Regardless, police would be called to the house for scenarios. Regardless.
Oh.
How would you get on a plane?
I don't know. I guess
you couldn't travel. You'd have to get a VR system and travel virtually.
Honestly,
everywhere.
I did not even think about
a hard question.
Lifestyle changes. I solely thought, which one could I still maybe give you a kiss?
Meanwhile, I'm thinking, which one would I have a better time watching TV with? That's it. Priorities are different. It's the majority of where I spend my life.
So funny.
So, do we care about Pete Davidson got Kim K's kids potentially initialed on his neck?
I think it's
out of control.
Strange as fuck.
Yeah. If that's true, I don't know if it's confirmed or not.
Listen,
people are speculating.
I like that. Like, if you have that many tattoos, like
you
I
just
like
throw anything on there.
Throw it on. Absolutely throw it on.
Yeah.
But which Chip and I were having this conversation yesterday because I was talking to him about a tattoo and a script thing, and he was like, "Oh, I should just get one and see if you notice." And I was like, "Go for it." But with him, like he has so many that it's like, and he's always getting people that he's with. So it makes sense that he got like, my girl is a lawyer. Like I think that's cute, and like her name, whatever. But I feel like that's a threshold of getting kids tattooed when that's clearly antagonizing the ex.
Yeah.
It's like, be a bigger person.
Also, like, at what point, I guess I just don't have that in me of like tattoos are my love language. Because like, at what point do you need to just like trust that the way you express yourself verbally is enough?
True.
To someone.
True. But like, I mean, if I don't know how I'd feel if someone besides Mary got Beans tattooed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
forget about that. Yeah. Oh man. It would be a little too much. It's a little too invasive and a little too over the top for me. It's not a love language that I speak in nor like I want.
But
for
also,
myself.
if I was their kid, I'm sure they really like him. But I'd still be like, that's a bit much.
Yeah, I mean, all of it's a bit
a
much.
little try hard.
I mean, their entire universe seems to be
a bit much. Did you see
much.
she wore the Marilyn Monroe dress to the Met last night?
Yeah. What was the theme? Gilded.
Girl, and y'all, we're about to hang up on this podcast and go film a video, so you'll hear all our thoughts. But the Gilded Age, I guess it's like, so sparkly and gold and stuff.
But I thought it was like from the 1800s, but modernized or something. I was trying to look. I couldn't sleep last night, so I was looking up everything on the internet.
Anyway, I thought she looked amazing.
She looked great, but is that part of the theme, or does the theme not matter? Because I know even like Emma Stone wore like her own wedding dress.
People don't get it. We'll discuss it more, but like I truly like if I was invited to the Met Gala, I would be so on theme. It would be crazy.
Well, so
I'd show up in a gilded cage.
Because the hosts are the ones, I guess, that get to decide what the theme is.
Or like their team. It was like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds this year or something.
And a couple other people that I don't remember. But
do something wacky. Like camp was fun.
Camp was super fun. But that's also, I feel like everyone does camp under whatever the premise is of like whatever the theme is. But also everyone does literally whatever they want.
I would be like, come as your favorite food.
it'd just be Power Rangers.
Because Katy Perry, for camp, she changed into a hamburger.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, she wore a full chandelier on her head, I think, last year or something.
She came as a Little Mermaid to American Idol this week and fell off her chair.
I literally have that in my notes. Katy Perry fell off her chair dressed as Little Mermaid. She continues to be doing great things for the industry.
See, she would look great beside a walrus.
Yeah. I know. She posted like a video of her like getting into her corset for the carpet, and it's just like her having trouble breathing.
Yeah, fuck that Gilded Age shit. Oh, speaking of physical ailments.
Okay. Yep.
Have you heard of dead butt syndrome?
No. I have assumptions.
Well, no, it popped up. I was on like Huffington Post or something like news, and then do you have dead butt syndrome? And it was just a person like clasping their butthole.
Wait, their butthole?
Like a hand on each butt, squeezing it, but like clearly like the fingers would have reached the butthole. Okay. The way the intensity in which they were squeezed.
So, and this is to like resuscitate the butt?
Resuscitate. No, it basically just says, it's called DBS. Perfect. It says, if you spend hours a day sitting and not getting up frequently to stand, walk, or otherwise, you have experienced a problem commonly known as dead butt syndrome. It's whatever. But it's also called gluteal amnesia.
Whoa. That sounds scientific. Your butt forgets to be a butt.
So it says your muscles essentially forget their main purpose, supporting the pelvis and keeping your body in proper alignment. So I guess it's bad posture, but they're now calling it dead butt syndrome.
I mean, it rolls off the tongue.
It can lead to inflammation of the hips, the hip bursa, which is fluid-filled sac that eases movement within the hip joint. So basically saying like if you don't move enough, your hips will hurt, but they're calling it dead butt and it fucks up your sacs.
Well. So we got DBS as a threat for all of us. When do we all just start sitting on like hernia pillows all day?
Oh, donuts?
You know? Yeah. I feel like that's got to become something.
Truly. Navel gaze and dead butt.
It's nice to put like a name to something that people are experiencing and maybe don't know how to qualify.
Gluteal amnesia, baby. My ass don't remember you at all.
Did you see this story about the woman that fell in a toilet trying to get her phone a couple weeks ago?
Fell in it? Wait, like Coachella?
So,
she
dropped her phone into an outhouse.
No!
In a national forest and fell in while she was trying to retrieve it. She basically she was in the outhouse, used her phone, dropped it down into the vault. She disassembled the toilet seat and was using dog leashes to try and retrieve the phone.
Oh, the worst claw game of all time.
And then she tried to use the leashes to tie herself off as she reached for it.
Call an authority. That
effort failed and she fell headfirst down the hole. The police officers on the scene that had to rescue her, because that's how she got out,
oh my God,
said that the leashes didn't work very well. She went in and then she was rescued by, I think, either police or fire department, and they washed her down. And then she was strongly encouraged to seek medical attention after being exposed.
She got feces in her holes.
She was strongly encouraged to go seek this medical attention, but she just wanted to leave. So she just left. She just went home.
I mean, I can imagine being like, I got to get out of here before I'm always known as the poop lady.
I know, because when you get to your phone finally, and then you have to call 911 because you're now stuck inside the national park.
I would have never gotten to that point. First of all, I would have said, we had some good times. Rest in peace, phone.
Yeah, I know. I guess unless you don't know how to get back or you have no one to call, I have no idea.
But I don't care. I would live there. I would just live there now. And she obviously had a dog with her. Like, they could have.
Apparently, yeah.
He must have been freaking out when she was down there.
I mean, there's so many other questions to this story. And just the idea of falling into an outhouse, trying to get your phone, I think is like a big sign of like where we're at.
I don't like it.
Bombas' mission is simple. Make the most comfortable clothes ever and match every item sold with an equal item donated. Amazing. So when you buy Bombas, you're also giving to someone in need, and your feet need these socks. I am obsessed. They've got socks, shirts, and underwear to be the clothes you cannot wait to put on every day. Everything they make is soft, seamless, tagless, and has a luxuriously cozy feel. They're made from super soft materials like merino wool, pima cotton, and even, get this, cashmere, you fancy thing, which makes them the perfect cozy layers. There's a pair of Bombas socks for everything you do. They've got like performance styles for sports, for working out, that keep you moving, and they've got regular socks for maybe you aren't much of an athlete. Bombas t-shirts are made with thoughtful design features like invisible seams, soft fabrics, and a perfect weight so they hang just right. And their underwear, oh baby, you'll barely know you're wearing them. It's like second skin support that might make you forget they're even there, but in a good way. And did you know that socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the 3 most requested clothing items at a homeless shelter? That's why Bombas donates one for every time you buy. So get something good for your body while doing something good for someone else. Go to bombas.com/TMGW and get 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/TMGW for 20% off. Bombas.com/TMGW. Go get obsessed. I truly, truly am.
But speaking of things that smell bad.
Yeah.
I saw this is like a week ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
That there's this college called Rollins College in Winter Park, Florida.
Okay.
And they have 2 corpse flowers that bloomed this week.
We've talked about corpse flowers before.
Have we? Because I still want, 2 things.
Yeah.
It takes a decade before it blooms.
Yeah.
And
so it's a big deal.
And then it smells like rotting flesh.
Yeah.
You know how pissed I would be if I got to school and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're our fucking campus is going to smell like rotting flesh this year."
Also, I couldn't necessarily tell you, like, I don't have a source memory or sense memory of like what rotting flesh smells like.
I'm sure
it would hit me right away, obviously.
I actually do because
oh god.
No, just because there was where I lived in Brooklyn, I remember there was like a waste. Oh, I don't know. It smelled like rancid pork on my street for like a week because there was like a spill from like a meat truck or something. Yeah. Sorry guys, this is the grossest podcast of all time. But anyway, I was just thinking like, why are we quit trying to make corpse plant happen?
Corpse flower?
Quit trying to do it.
Also, every 10 years and so
is it worth it? Is it worth it?
Yeah. And I don't know.
Like, what's the payout? Like, someone truly wants to take care of this flower for a decade so some people can come get a nasty whiff.
And everyone, I guess, has to go because it's, once in a decade event.
If there was a corpse flower right now, a 5-minute drive.
You have the cum trees near you.
The cum trees were really shooting hard.
I feel like there was a corpse flower in Pasadena that we might have talked about before. But I don't remember
that's probably
exactly
why.
But I'm good. I'm good on smelling rotting flesh. I think I'll take a pass.
I go in there and say like, this smells like dead butt.
I know, like something here has dead butt syndrome and needs to be woken up.
Did you hear about the? This is a did you hear one, y'all? Did you hear about the Cash Me Outside girl? Cash Me Outside. You know the girl.
How about that? Yeah, no.
How about that? The Cash Me Outside girl. What was that? Steve Harvey?
That was Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, who famously told Dr. Phil, "Cash me outside."
No, she told, I think, the audience members
Cash
of Dr.
me outside.
Yeah, and then it's like cuts to the audience members of like these women in cardigans being like, "Okay,
okay, we'll do that. Sure."
I don't know what that means.
We signed a release and we need to finish the show, and then we'll catch you.
The producers off camera are telling us to nod at you right now.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, she did "Cash Me Outside," and then she like became a rapper.
Yeah.
But
right.
Long story short, she started an OnlyFans. Grace.
What?
Guess how much money she made on OnlyFans last year? And people were like, "No, the fuck you didn't." And she showed the receipts in real time, logged onto her OnlyFans and showed $52 million.
What?
Cash Me Outside girl.
$52
million on OnlyFans last year. Apparently, after taxes, she kept $42 million. Isn't that insane?
I don't know how to process that.
Isn't that crazy?
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't
I
understand.
made me angry.
And also, I don't think it's like safe to be broadcasting that.
I mean, yeah, I think that's I think I'd be like,
that's
I barely
famous
make
for
money.
provoking people to take them outside. I don't know that that's the best way to secure
You're gonna get
your
mugged
money
when they catch you outside.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I've never even clicked on anything OnlyFans before. It's thinking.
You're going on the website?
Well, I've never been on the website.
Me
but her
either.
name is Bad Barbie, but like BHAD.
Oh, that's
like
her?
Bad Barbie.
Yeah, I can't keep track of who's good and who's bad
It's
and who's animals.
$24 a month.
Okay.
And she has 1.5 million likes.
Which is like people paying. Okay, so she's just, making, I mean, the internet offers a variety of revenue streams if you take advantage of them.
$2 million?
That's absolutely insane. How? What do you do with that?
But I'm also like, how good is this content? Because if you were Catch Me Outside Girl,
yeah,
I feel like half the time people support people on OnlyFans would be like, yeah, let's throw her a bone. But now I'm like,
I thought it was just like they're gonna get
jerked off.
Yeah, some capacity. Suddenly became the two prudest girls in all the world.
We're like, cum trees.
Yes, it's cum trees. But also, what do they do on that
Jerk
website? I think they pay for her to see her boobs.
Yeah, I think we see boobs.
Me watching Undressed every night at 11 p.m.
Michael Buckley posted, I think it, what? I forget. He posted like something of like, this movie was like the third time I ever saw boobs in a movie. and Hank Green was like, I've thought about this movie every day since.
Oh, wait. And then Hank said something about edging with Michael Buckley.
Interesting.
And the tweet went crazy because Hank clearly had a White Claw or something and let
But
himself
what was
go
the first? But then I responded the first time I saw boobs in a movie, which was National Lampoon's European Vacation. Rusty saw boobs, and I was like, "What?
Wow!"
When's the first time you saw boobs
in a movie?
On a movie,
man.
Unless you were just going to strip clubs when you were younger.
Yeah, Jersey, there's less walk-in. I don't know, but I do remember, I have such a terrible memory of going to see Ace Ventura with my parents in the movie theater.
Was there boobs in that?
No, it's just like sex, like, them in a bed, just crazy, like with the head, like comically, having sex and being like, and watching my mom, all of her bones just like harden in her entire body and her being like, I didn't know. And then
little Grace said, alrighty then.
Yeah.
No, that same thing happened to me.
I don't think they're finding the animals.
This wasn't a sex thing, but I went to go see Me, Myself, and Irene, which is another Jim Carrey movie. It was like Jim Carrey and Renee Zellweger or something like that. But I remember being in the theater with my parents, being like 14 or something, and he goes, "Come on, my little pussy fart." He calls Irene his little pussy fart, and I was like, "I'm going to die right now."
See, parents now, I feel like, have so much more access to resources to know exactly what they can avoid in movies with their kids.
Yeah, it's like
our
the rating
parents
system.
Are just like throwing us to the wild and hoping that it wasn't terrible, hoping that the ratings of the movies were exactly what they were supposed to be.
Well, I feel like there should be two different ratings. There should be ratings of how old how scandalous is this for your kid to watch by themselves?
Yeah.
And there should be a different rating of how scandalous is this to watch with your parents?
Like how embarrassing would this
scale
to be watching this with your family?
Exactly.
Yeah. Because my dad used to just get up to the TV and fast forward as soon as like a scandalous scene was happening.
That is so funny. Oh my God.
Which was, just hilarious.
I want to end this on a sweet note.
Okay.
Literally a note.
Okay.
So I went to my mailbox the other day.
You got into Hogwarts.
I'm heading into Hogwarts. So anyway, I get it and it says homeowners and my address. And so I'm just kind of like, oh, this must be like one of those marketing things where, they try to make it look like you're getting a letter, but really it's like donate to my campaign or
for
something
people
like that.
can't see this, it's like, how do you describe this envelope? It's
just like a brown, simple one. But I was like, oh, this must just be like interesting marketing. But then I saw that the ink was smudged. So I was like, oh, so it's not printed. And then I looked on the back and there's like a full wax seal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who doesn't even know who they're sending it to? And then there's a wax seal on it with someone's initials. So I open it and I'm like, okay, what am I about to throw out? And I open it and it's a handwritten letter from an old woman named, I'll just say Lenore.
Okay.
Who basically was like, I'm writing to you with hesitation, but something has compelled me to reach out. We lived in this house from 69 to 76. My husband and I has since passed, but I hope whoever you are, you feel the love we shared in this home. It was the home I fell in love, where I raised a family and the dreams and even some hard times too. But the love my family had in this home should be assigned to you to hold on to it tight. I am old and writing all my previous residencies before I pass. Think of it as saying goodbye to the years and stages of my life. Please stay healthy and happy. Much love, Lenore. And then she said,
God.
P.S. I love to scrapbook. Here are some stickers, and sent me some little stickers.
Oh,
Isn't
my
that like,
God.
I got like cold chills.
Of course, my cynic brain goes, that's just someone writing to
No.
random. I know. That's
like,
not true.
She's got old lady handwriting.
Yeah.
So she just like, without a return address, like I can't contact this person to be like, I got your note.
Wow.
Lovely. Now let's start a correspondence. Can I see photos of you in the house? Like I can't do anything. She's just like, as a means of like getting older, saying goodbye to the different residences and saying like, I hope you have as much fun there as I did.
That's beautiful.
Wasn't that beautiful?
I came into this podcast not being able to process, Pete Davidson's tattoos, and you're asking me to end with this right now?
Sorry, I just thought it was so lovely. And of course, your cynic brain says, how's this a scam? My cynic brain goes, how can I turn this into a movie? But you know what? You never know. Lenore, if you listen to this podcast, I appreciate the note and the wax seal.
I know. That's the most impressive part.
Isn't that sweet?
That is incredible.
I know
Holy
that's
shit.
ending on a sweet note isn't our style, but it blew me away.
I'm going to have to really process this for the rest of the day.
You know what? You should, my little pussy fart. Okay, it got weird.